See, when I saw Taraji broken on those platforms, it was painful to watch.
2018 was when I finally got a real quote. I haven't gotten a raise since then. And each and every project that I have to fight for that.
You still have to fight.
I have to fight for that.
So, y'all know how, for the past few weeks, Taraji and Monique have played tag in exposing Oprah. Well, Taraji is now backing Monique's claims that Oprah is truly capable of ruining an actor's career, and she is even exposing Oprah for trying to silence her with threats. Taraji recently did an interview where she again talked about getting underpaid in the industry and how that has made her lose her spark for the business entirely. According to her, she keeps getting underpaid, and it's tiring to keep talking about it and sounding like a broken record, while at the same time trying to protect herself from getting blackballed by you-know-who. Taraji says it's gotten so bad that she might have to leave the industry once and for all because people are too afraid to speak up against these industry figures. And you know who else said the exact same thing?
And I look to the community and say, how long do we allow us to keep being exploited, used up, taken advantage of, and because we think somebody can give us an opportunity, we just say, shh, I'm not gonna say nothing.
Even if Monique was lying, is Taraji also lying? I don't know, y'all. Let's break this down. So, as y'all know, we've been getting interview after interview from Black women in Hollywood about how they're not getting the treatment they deserve for the amount of work they put in. Two of the women who have been the most vocal about their struggles in the last few weeks have been Monique and Taraji. And you know what they both have in common? Well, they both worked with Oprah, and immediately after, they reached their tipping points. For context, Taraji recently played the role of Shug Avery in the remake of The Color Purple, which Oprah co-produced and co-directed. During the press tour for The Color Purple, Taraji went off about how unfairly she had been treated in the industry.
And I heard on the street, Taraji, you had the audacity to say you're thinking about stopping acting. We said, stop talking. Are you thinking about it?
I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost.
She talked about how she had to work extra hard to make a fraction of what her white and male colleagues made, and how it sometimes took the passion out of the job. The last time she got a pay raise was when she did Proud Mary. Since then, she has had to start from the bottom when negotiating her pay. According to Taraji, when you put everything together, you begin to see that the math just ain't mathing. However, the real shocker was when Taraji disclosed that all the unfair treatment she was getting in the industry didn't change even when she was working closely with Oprah, another Black female Hollywood veteran. To start with, Taraji said she almost had to walk away from The Color Purple because the initial offer was just too low. Then when she finally negotiated a more acceptable pay, she had to fight for even the simplest conveniences on set. Taraji told the New York Times that she didn't have a driver or security detail and that the producers didn't want to give her one because then they would have to do it for everyone. So I was like, can I get a driver or security to take me? I'm not asking for the moon. They're like, well, if we do it for you, we gotta do it for everybody. Well, do it, everybody. It's stuff like that, stuff I shouldn't have to fight for. But that wasn't even the worst part because, according to Danielle, they didn't even have their own dressing rooms initially. All the actors were just lumped into the same room like tuna. Then there's the fact they weren't offered food on set, and the treatment was just generally horrible for a movie with a $100 million budget. Now, all this bad press surrounding the movie eventually made it flop at the box office, losing the studios a ton of money. This was massively embarrassing for Oprah because this was supposed to be the gateway project for her Harpo Studios. According to insider sources, the execs at Warner Bros. Blamed Taraji for painting the project in a bad light and making it tank. Executives blamed Taraji Henson for derailing the promotional efforts of the film and using it as a selfish opportunity to change her personal narrative as an aging and underpaid actress. But they also blamed Oprah because they believed Oprah should have cautioned Taraji and kept her in check. Oprah should have taken Taraji to the side when she noticed she was taking the promotional efforts in a negative space. Because of all the heat Oprah was getting, she allegedly allegedly started taking out her frustration on Taraji, telling her to find a way to fix the situation. Taraji then started backtracking when she made a post on Instagram saying, "Ms. Oprah has been nothing less than a steady and solid beacon of light to all the cast of The Color Purple. She has provided encouragement, guidance, and unwavering support to us all. She told me personally to reach out to her for anything I needed, and I did. Thank you, Ms. Oprah." However, fans still noticed tension between Oprah and Taraji during the press tour. Then there was the fact that every time the actors wanted to say something bad about how they were treated on set, they would quickly catch themselves and comport. In her recent interview on the CBS Here Comes the Sun program, Taraji went deeper into what it means to be an actress in Hollywood.
I've been getting the same amount for films since, I think it was Proud Mary.
Since Proud Mary, which was what year?
2018 was when I finally got a real quote. I haven't gotten a raise since then. And each and every project that I have to fight for that.
You still have to fight.
I have to fight for that.
What does that do to you?
That's why I'm not excited anymore.
It takes
fun
out
all
of
of that away. And I know what other people are getting paid.
What do you think that's about?
It's about me being a woman and a Black woman. I still don't think that this town respects what Black women bring to the table.
You all, Taraji, have really served us some of the most iconic moments on screen. From Hustle and Flow to The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Hidden Figures, Proud Mary, and Empire. I mean, give this woman her flowers right now, because she didn't just have to go to the set and do her job, she had to work extra hard as a young woman chasing stardom in Hollywood while also having a toddler to think of. If that isn't iconic, I don't know what is. However, Taraji said everything she was doing, fighting for Black women to be respected in Hollywood, and creating a foundation that caters to people with mental health struggles, was all to make the community a better place, like her father taught her.
I always understood that what I'm doing is bigger than me. Everything that we all do as humans in life is bigger than us if we can get out of our way. It's about what footprint you're leaving. How are you making it better for the next person? How are you helping the next person? How are you pushing humanity forward? What legacy are you leaving?
It was almost like she stole those words right out of Monique's mouth, because in her interview with Club Shay Shay, Monique kept talking about how if we didn't sit up straight and confront these people, we would never move forward as a community. Monique said it was painful to watch Taraji break down on all those platforms while asking for her money.
See, when I saw Taraji broken on those platforms, it was painful to watch.
Interestingly, Taraji is actually not the type to deliberately stir up controversy like this. According to Monique, she and Taraji once had a conversation where Taraji told her that the right thing for Black actresses to do was to keep showing up and waiting for their turn to be recognized and invited to the table. However, Monique shut that down by telling Taraji that if Black women don't ask for their worth right now, they will never live to see the day they get invited to the table.
However, Taraji and I had a conversation over a decade ago.
Yes.
In my trailer when I was doing the Monique show. And she said, you know, you got to keep on getting it until your turn comes. And I said, Taraji, most of us die before our turn comes. We got to ask for it right now. Now, I understand that because there was a time I felt the same way.
Exactly.
Because that's what I was told.
Right.
You just keep going and we'll get them the next time. We'll get them the next time. We'll get them the next time. And the next time never comes. And then you see our sister broken.
What's crazy is everything Taraji is saying now. Monique said it over a decade ago. However, she said people didn't take it seriously then because she didn't convey the image of a docile, broken Black woman. She looked Oprah, Tyler, and Lee Daniels in the face and called them out of their BS, and the world couldn't handle that. But because they see Taraji breaking down and in pieces, they suddenly realize it's an issue that needs to be addressed.
I should just be grateful I got invited to the party. You a big, fat Black woman. How dare you be the one? And then on top of that, you're saying names. You're saying Oprah's name out loud. You're saying Tyler's name out loud. You're saying Lee's name out loud. You're saying Lionsgate out loud. That's not what we do. We say they. We say the people. We say the studio. We say the producers. How dare you actually say our heroes' names?
You're very specific.
These are our heroes. How could you say their names out loud? Because they're the ones that did it. And if I don't say it out loud, now you see a woman that is swallowing that pain, that is so stressed out. Then you see our sister Taraji P. Henson sit on that platform. And I love that baby because she's a beautiful spirit. But to see her that broken, what our community was saying was, we have a hard time, some of us, we have a hard time seeing a strong Black woman with her back straight and her chin up and a strong Black man standing by her side. We have a hard time accepting that. But we can accept seeing a Black woman broken. Now it's really serious because she's falling apart.
Now, the thing about Monique is that she has been saying the same thing about Oprah for ages. After she appeared in Oprah's movie Precious, Oprah and Tyler Perry started spreading rumors about her being difficult to work with because she didn't want to do a free press tour. But Oprah didn't stop there. She then invited Monique's entire family to her show, despite Monique confiding in her that she had a broken relationship with her family. So Oprah has done Monique dirty many times. According to Monique, everything she had to go through, getting blackballed, losing money, her career, and her reputation, was all just to serve as a warning to other women who felt like they could come up and start slandering certain people's names. So it's not surprising to see that Taraji is being threatened when she decides to speak up. Even Katt Williams dropped his 2 cents on the matter during his Club Shay Shay interview when he talked about how sad it was that Taraji, one of the top actors in the industry, has to cry out because she is not getting paid what she is worth.
I don't know if you saw this, but Taraji P. Henson got extremely emotional the other day. She was giving an interview.
Yes.
And saying that they're vastly underpaid. And say the math is not mathing. They get X amount of dollars by the time Uncle Sam get his cut, by the time the agency get their cut, and what you see they were supposed to get is a fraction of that. Where do you come down on that, Katt?
It was the saddest thing ever, because imagine being in your genre, in your sub-niche, whatever it is. Imagine being in your lane. Imagine being one of the very top of your lane. That to the point where if they don't take you for the role, there's not 3 Black actresses that they can say are bigger than you that we're gonna give this to. Imagine you being at that point and have to humble yourself and say, they're not paying me, y'all.
Katt then talked about how speaking out on issues like this can be dangerous because there is a cabal in the industry, and if they don't like you, they do everything they can to bring you down. So for people like Taraji, stepping on the wrong person's foot could literally mean the end of her career and the destruction of everything she has built for herself. Sources are now saying that Oprah is trying to blackball Taraji because of all the comments she made during the press tour for The Color Purple. According to Taraji, she just has to keep finding ways to reinvent herself because she has lost the spark for acting that used to drive her to give her best in every role she took. One of the reasons for that is that on top of everything, she has to suffer. She can't even complain about it and fight for herself because of fear of getting blackballed by certain industry figures, if you know what I mean. However, fans have shown support for Taraji and Monique as they expose Oprah for doing them dirty. One fan said, "What is Oprah's issue with other Black women in the industry? Toni Braxton, Monique, and now Taraji P. Henson. It seems like she doesn't want her sisters to succeed. Why, Oprah? That's unkind and hateful. Perhaps that's why she hasn't established any schools or economic opportunities for Black women in America. Just saying." Another person said, "I stand with Monique and Taraji Henson. Women have to stand up for themselves." And then this person said, "Monique and Taraji are amazing actresses. The Black entertainers cannot all be wrong and 2 or 3 are right. It's time for change straight across the board in this country." But now I want to know what y'all think about Taraji and Monique calling out Oprah for allegedly threatening them. Comment down below, and as always, check out this next video before you go.